Welcome to Granny Shift, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And this is minute 54 of the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Sorry, I almost threw you off there.
Yeah, you said 55, and it really messed me up.
Well, normally we back the minute up,
Right.
in the video. So the minute showing on the timeline is a minute behind because we're starting at the minute.
Right.
Not the case this time because we're going
From memory.
Oh, wow, that was weird.
That was good.
Yeah, was it good? I don't know if it's good.
What are you drinking? I'm drinking gin and lime.
I'm also drinking gin and lime on the rocks.
Okay, so here's the thing. I gave up beer.
Okay.
Because I felt like it made me feel bad.
Okay.
It was when I went on the Carnivore Diet. I was
Yeah.
like, no beer, just
Okay.
liquor. But is there a thing where it's like...
I really had to hold back there, making a terrible overdone joke.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I still want to do it. All right, keep going.
By the way, I'm back on...
Liquor? You barely even... okay.
Nice. So I'm back on carnivore.
You are. You hated it.
I call it a mostly meat.
Meat-based.
Okay, sure.
You hated it.
Yeah, I did. And then I went off of it for a week, and my stomach felt horrible.
Uh-oh.
And so I went back. So far this week, I'm back to it. And like this last weekend, I felt horrible. So I thought I'm going to do mostly meat. But like I'm not stopping myself from having
A treat now and then.
like chips and salsa. Like,
Yeah, right.
you know what I
No,
mean?
that's how I do it.
Yeah.
You got to make it sustainable, which means I treat non-meat foods as almost like you would a beer. You know it's like not good for you,
Right.
but you enjoy it and you respect it. You don't overdo it.
Right.
I mean, beer sometimes.
Yeah. You ever do it a time or two.
Okay, but
Okay, so
let's
I
not
said
ruin
no
it though,
beer.
because you have a whole podcast coming out about you doing a carnivore diet for
Right.
2 weeks.
Right.
So everybody should go check that out on a sort of Star Wars podcast.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah,
So the thing is with going with only liquor, right?
yeah,
I was talking to people at work and I said, I feel weird because like going no beer, like you go to like a social gathering and everybody's drinking beer, right?
yeah,
What, are you going to show up with half a glass of whiskey?
yeah.
Isn't that weird
Kind of
though?
strange.
It's like, it feels very alcoholic.
Well, do you drink like Trulies and stuff? Because they're not really beer.
Yeah, I did have that Bud Next at your
Oh, yeah.
house. That's like
Pretty
a
easy
seltzer.
one.
It's like just a seltzer. It's like 4%. But someone at work said, no, just like a glass of whiskey is like classy. That's like class.
But to bring your own,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I feel like you can just drink a little bit of beer to be polite.
Just sip on a beer all night.
So here's what I've found though is it's more like all my hangovers. I used to get hangovers after a couple beers. Like I'd have 3 beers and the next day kind of have a hangover and like just feel crappy the next day. And I realized it's because I was drinking these like crazy IPAs. I could get the same buzz or way more buzz from liquor.
Right.
And the next day like feel completely normal.
Yeah.
And even light beer won't really mess with me quite like IPAs. If I'm just drinking like strong, maybe it's just the strength of the beer. Strong beers, they're just a little bit rough to come back from.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the alcohol in them. I think it's all the other like stuff they put in it to cover up the alcohol taste, you know? But
Right. So yeah, we're having gin and lime.
yeah, lime's good for you.
Gin on the rocks apparently is me and Jason's drink now.
Have you had it with tonic water?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
good.
That's
that
the
way, too.
best.
Yeah, but no, we've been drinking gin on
But
the
it's
rocks.
not bad, just gin,
Yeah,
ice,
very drinkable.
and a quarter lime.
It's a nice like sort of bitter drink. It's not sweet.
Right.
So you don't drink it too fast.
I feel like it's very refreshing.
Yeah,
But-
on a hot summer day.
Yeah, like today.
It hit,
Yeah.
I'm like sticky.
So we got
I'm gonna go shower quick.
We were outside for a while, and I came in to play one game of Apex, and I'm like, my wrist is like sticking to the mouse pad. I'm like, oh, I'm all sweaty. It's gross.
Yeah.
We have a new fan. Someone
Yeah?
is interacting with our Instagram.
Oh yes, we got to give him a shout out.
Troyster455.
Yes, check him out on Instagram. He is binging this season right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's watched the other seasons
Or listened.
or listened,
Yeah, to
but
our...
he might know a little more than we do. But nah, he thinks he does. But
So
until
he's-
he gets in on our live stream to call us out,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, he needs to be on our live stream so he can correct us when we make
yeah,
mistakes.
we want to make him a patron.
Usually we do
he's got to make
figure out-
himself a patron, and then he can win cool stuff from us too.
Right.
So.
And usually we do figure the stuff out, just not right away.
Yeah. Like we're watching like quick like we play the minute and we're just winging it and pretending like you got to just act confident. You got to pretend like you're like a doctor.
Right.
If you're not confident, then people doubt you. So you just pretend you know what you're talking about, but there's way too much information to know.
Right.
Really, actually,
you pick an opinion and just stick with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then later you get more information from the movie and you figure things out. And
like we don't have time to research stuff while we're doing the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, and when we do try.
We do.
It's always bad podcasting.
Oh, wait, we're going from memory. I was about to watch the minute, but...
Yeah, it's like, all right, Ryan, you talk while I Google this. You know what I mean?
And it never, like, we try to find answers in 20 seconds, and it doesn't really work out.
Right. So, have we started this minute yet?
No. So, quick recap of last minute.
Okay, so we talked about gin. We talked about...
Choister 455.
Choister.
And
there's something else we started.
Carnivore
Diet.
Right. Yeah.
Check out Ryan's other podcast.
Yeah. So last minute, quick recap. At the end of the minute, it was Sean asking Han why he drifts if he doesn't drift for money, because he's got money, and he said, "Let me show you." And so they go for a ride. The minute ended with a Skyline R34 with 2 females in it, looking down the road.
Yeah, and we're like, what's going on? They just stopped in the middle of the road.
Right. And so we start off with them seeing the RX-7, the orange RX-7 coming down the road.
Yeah, the girls. They're looking out the windshield, and around the corner, skidding,
right,
is the RX-7.
How long do you think they were driving before they found the Skyline?
Yeah, so it's like Han's like, let me show you. And he comes around a corner, and there's a car sitting with 2 beautiful females in it, just waiting.
In an R34.
And they're in an R34. With
done
up
vinyls,
R34.
right. Yeah.
It's like a nice one.
Right.
So he's like really manjing this straight. Like he's really sideways, back and forth.
Come around the corner.
A lot of angle.
Like he knew they were already there.
He's whipping it back and forth. Yeah. Right. And they're watching. And they're like looking at each other with a look of like, is this the one? Let's give him a chance, right?
We've had a lot of people approach us tonight. Maybe this guy's the one.
Right. Let's see how he does.
Right.
And I guess I'm getting the impression drifting is like isn't there like an animal that does this where they like dance for the female and if the female's like impressed?
Most animals. Like the man like shows
off. And then she's like, nah. Oh, that was a pretty good dance.
Right.
I feel like birds do that, right?
Yeah. I guess it's mostly birds. Yeah, fluff up their feathers and the peacocks like spread out their tail feathers and
So
there's like always that weird bird that like has like a throat thing that like it's really big, you know. And,
they like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
they like that.
Yeah. So Han's peacocking here.
Right. Yeah. And it's a term.
Yeah, is it peacocking? Where do you put the like inflection on that?
Peacocking.
Not peacocking.
No.
Is that weird?
Peacocking.
Peacocking.
Yeah.
You leave the second K.
It's a hard K.
Yeah. Nice. It was weird. They like as they drift up to the car, they start drifting donuts around them, and the girls are just sitting there watching them.
Right.
And then they stop, pointing at each other. And then the females are like thinking about it.
Yeah, and they're just Hana's just like looking at them smiling.
Right.
Like not even saying anything.
I think he knows.
How many times did he drift around? Maybe 6 or 7 times?
No, the video showed maybe twice. Maybe 3
really?
times. But the marks would have said much more. There's like black, a lot of black.
Right.
It was a cool shot too, like straight down, like bird's eye view, and you see the smoke in a circle kind of lifting away.
Yeah.
But then the one girl pulls out a pen, writes her number down, and hands it to Han, and he drives off.
Right.
So Han's saying this is why he drifts.
To get girls' numbers.
Yeah.
For fun. I mean, he's got women. It's supposed to be for fun.
Didn't he just make some deep comment earlier, though, about why he like, he said, why do you race? He asked Sean that, and Sean's like, to prove I'm better. And so Han's like...
Yeah, what did he say?
He said,
if I'm going to race, it's going to be for something
worthwhile or something.
Yeah, something.
But now we know what it is. It's to hook up with chicks. Like,
but
we thought it was so deep.
He's just doing it for fun.
Yeah, but they're talking about drifting.
Right.
And then he's like, asking him, so what do you do it for? And he's like, well, I'll show you.
Right,
so he's like, this is what, I'm not doing it to prove I'm better than a guy. I'm doing it to hook up with chicks. We thought it was this deep conversation. Han's just a player.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, he's missing his long lost love.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that 3 years from now. 4?
4 maybe. 3.
Hang
Yes,
with
3.
us, guys. And we're going to give a lot of stuff away between now and then.
Yeah. So join our Patreon.
Last month we gave away a pillow with our faces on. It's awesome. Could be in your living room. I don't know what we're doing this month.
I don't know either.
You got ideas of things you want to get? Prizes?
Right. Yeah.
We've
given away a skateboard and pillows and mugs and T-shirts and
sweatshirts
and
swag. Lots of swag.
yeah, lots of cool granny shit.
We gave away a Paul Walker signed a photo of Paul Walker signed by him.
Yep, a Chad Lindbergh signed Jesse Lego.
Oh yeah, who got that?
Brian.
Brian, he really cleaned up on the good ones.
We had some good giveaways at the beginning, and he got them all.
Yeah.
We gave away the Fast and Furious board game.
Oh yeah, and the whole DVD set of all the movies.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
That's it for minute 54
of the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Thanks for listening. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jason.
And always remember,
winning's winning.